Jackie Edwards here. Sorry if you've just been trying to tune in. I had a few technical glitches. So I've switched computers. I've gone back to the software I've been using previously. So I think we are all set now. So hopefully you can hear me. I'm just going to check on my phone and make sure everything is going and it has sound and stuff. So let's see what's happening. Otherwise, I'll give you a chance to kind of come on live. We are talking about Rightmove today. So today is day 4 of our rent-to-rent challenge. So I think we are all set now. So there we go. Hopefully you can hear me. You can hear me on my mobile here. Check on my phone and make sure. Sorry about that. All right. So ready to go. Sorry about all the delays today. Technology gets me sometimes, but that's okay because it's a beautiful sunny day. And today is Thursday. This is normally my rest day. So I'm basically having a massage after this. So all in all, things are okay. I do have to have a chat with one of my tenants. We've sent an eviction notice. And yeah, he had a call. He left a message for us that I need to call him back. He's very confused as to why he sent it. But he's reasonably aggressive and mean, so I don't really want to call him back. But anyways, I'm still in the process of hiring my property manager, so it is my job. All right, but let's talk about Rightmove. So Rightmove is our strategy for today for finding leads for our rent-to-rent business. Now, Rightmove is a great place. Most of you, I'm sure, have all been on Rightmove before. It's just the most common place to go. It's the most popular property search portal in the UK. So I'm sure you've all used Rightmove before. We're going to be looking at properties to rent. This is a great strategy for both your serviced accommodation and for your HMOs. Now, the email that went out today was specifically looking at HMOs, so it walked through looking at kind of 4-bedroom houses. But again, you can tweak that to look at whatever works for you in your area. So today I thought we would look at serviced accommodation in our example. So I'll look at kind of smaller properties this time, and I'm assuming we're going to get loads more of them. So let me just make that the biggest screen. So there we go. And I'm going to have to look over here because I've got my dual monitor computer up now. So we're on Rightmove. Now we use Pool as our example. So I'll use Pool in the example here as well. So plug in where you're at. You can put in a postcode. You can put in a city or a town name, whatever kind of best suits your area. You can make it bigger. You can make it smaller. Just do what is best for your area. Maybe try a couple different ones. And then we select properties to rent. Now, generally, you want to keep this pretty much as it is. We don't really want to put any price ranges. And the only thing I'd say we really want to change is looking at the number of bedrooms. So for our serviced accommodation, I'm going to put studio and 1 bedroom. So we won't look at 2 bedrooms in this example because I think it'll just make it too many properties. Too many leads for me to handle in a walkthrough example. If you want lots and lots of leads, pop in 2 bedroom because I know those can work well for your serviced accommodation. So studio to 1 bedroom, find properties. All right, so now we can see we've got 83 results that are studios and 1 bedroom properties in Pool. You can expand your search radius a little more. So if you're happy to look within a 1/4 mile of Pool, a 1/2 mile, whatever, I'm going to keep that at 0 because 83 is enough for me to look at right now. So that's pretty much as easy as that to just get your leads straight off the bat from your Rightmove search. Now, there are a couple of sorts and filters, maybe not filters, but a couple of ways of sorting it that I just wanted to have a quick look at. So the first one is sorting it by lowest price. So this way you'll see all the lowest price properties first. And I would say it's generally quite good to start at the lowest price ones. They're the ones that you can generally add the most value to. Now some of them, I mean, they might take quite a lot of refurb to bring them up to a reasonable standard, so you might not want to look at them. But a lot of the properties I took on were kind of that lower price range, so it gave me scope to get my profit. All right, so our first one is a garage. We don't really care about a garage, so I guess that kind of removes that from our results. Maybe we've only got 82 results. Still well over the 20 that we were looking for this week. All right, so we've got a 1 bedroom property in Pool, all bills included with Wi-Fi, groups, fully fitted kitchen and bathroom. So you can see it's quite a small space. But there's one there. So these are kind of our lowest price ones, a 1-bedroom house share. So it looks like the first couple of examples are going to be just rooms and house shares. So 1-bedroom house share. So we may need to kind of scroll through these. So here's a studio flat. So you will have to filter them out a little bit in your service accommodation search. If you're looking for HMOs and happy with that, there's a couple there. So, and again, just like we talked about with spare room the other day, don't discount places that are offering just one single room to rent in a house share. If you reach out to them, they may be interested in looking for somebody to take on the management of the entire property. So if we scroll down, we can see we've got a studio flat, $390 a month. Everything looks good there. House share. So a couple of them are house shares. Otherwise, we're pretty good here. The other option for sorting is by oldest listed. Now, the oldest ones listed tend to be the, I'm just going to be back in a second. I'm just on the phone right now. Yes, thanks, Oh my goodness. You know how everything always happens at once? Important package that I was just waiting on just raised. And it looks like my screen just froze. Oh, what a nightmare. Sorry about this video, guys. My internet's being really poor. Hopefully you are all there and all going good. All right, so if we search by the oldest listed, these are the people that are probably going to be a bit more desperate. So they're the ones that they've had their property listed the longest and nobody's taken it. Again, the first one, 1-bedroom detached house. So this is a double room to rent with an ensuite. 1-bedroom flat. So this one has been available since 2017. So that could be worth having a look at just to see, is it really still available, or is this some kind of a student property that they just keep listed all the time? Another 1-bedroom apartment available since April of 2014. 1-bedroom apartment, short walk to the high street shops. So just checking, is that really still available, or haven't they taken it down? If it is still available, that could be a really, really good opportunity to kind of work with a motivated landlord, because the longer that property's been on the market, the less money that landlord is making. So I suggest looking at the lowest price ones and the ones that have been on there the oldest when you start to give people calls. So it's hard to say how many leads we've got using this strategy, just because there are so many flat shares and house shares in here. But I would say, even if we cut that in half, we've got 40 leads. Or even if we take only a quarter of that, then there's 20 leads for today, just for our service accommodation business. So you do have to do a little bit of weeding out here and just making sure you're getting the right kind of properties. If we just look quickly at our HMOs, so if we look at 4-bedroom properties, so 4 bedrooms, you can see we've got 34 in our search results. I think that's a little bit less than came up last year when we did the search. But this is more likely to be the proper kind of 4-bedroom properties. We're looking at oldest first. This looks like a beautiful 4-bedroom flat, great location, available since July. I'd be surprised if that was still available, although it is quite pricey. So again, looking at the oldest listed first, because those are possibly the most motivated landlords, may be ready to look to do a deal and get some help. Or looking at the lowest price first. Let's actually look at the highest price really quick. So we've got one for £4,500. 4-bedroom house with a beautiful view. So some of these probably won't work very well for your rent to rent. So I'd say some of these more expensive properties, well, that would be a beautiful room. I would love to live in a property that looked like that and have a room that looked like that in my HMO, but I think it's quite unlikely that that's going to be the right property for you and that you'll be able to get a good price on it that will work. And I would start with the lowest price properties. And, start here. We've got a 4-bedroom detached house, very spacious, 3 to 4-bedroom property, short walk to the city center. Got a couple of decent photos on here. You can see it's kind of empty. Again, when you're doing this, I wouldn't spend too much time digging into the property, but it never hurts to have a couple of looks. If they've got a floor plan, to just see if maybe you could eke out another bedroom from here. They don't on this one, but that looks like a pretty reasonable property that could make a really decent HMO. This is the cheapest one on the list, so definitely worth having a look at and giving the agent a call and chatting with them. So a couple more that look like they could be suitable. That one says it has a floor plan, so you can check that out if you want to. But that's pretty much it. Again, don't go into loads of detail. Don't take out too many of the properties unless they're just obviously not suitable, like when we were looking at our service accommodation and there were 1-bedroom house shares in there. But this is a really great strategy to get introduced to landlords. So this is a way, or agents, so this is a way to kind of get that first start with your viewings. So like we looked at the HMO list yesterday, that's a great way to get direct to vendor leads, but it can take a while to get the letters written, to send them out, to start getting responses back. Rightmove is something you can start right away, and you can start getting out there with the agents and building up a relationship with them. So I highly recommend using Rightmove. Again, it's the most popular portal in the UK. So most of the properties that are listed in the UK are going to be listed on Rightmove. So this is the place where you'll find most of your leads. This is going to have the highest number. So have a look at Rightmove, have a play around with it. Again, if you're too scared to kind of start calling people, just make notes of the properties, and we will work on kind of next steps later in the week. But tomorrow is already day 5. So tomorrow's our last day for our strategies. I'd love to hear how many leads you've got already. So please share with me how many leads you've got so far this week. I'm hoping you've got already at least 20 by now, because we're well over that we were over that on the first day. We had 44 leads when we looked at Sheffield, I think it was. So hopefully in your area you've been able to generate some leads as well. And we'll look at the last strategy for lead generation tomorrow, and then I'll give you some next steps. And we might go on to Saturday because I'm home alone this weekend. My partner is heading off skiing, so I will be making videos and working on my brand new website that's going to be coming out. Basically, we're revamping the Rent to Rent Academy website. I've been working on this for months now, so I'm really hoping to kind of do my final review, make my last comments to the lady that's helping me work on it, and we'll get that out there. We've got loads and loads of new content, so I'm really excited to share it. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me today. Sorry about all the technical problems and me having to jump out in the middle of the video. Not terribly professional, but you know what? That's what happens when you work from home, and we just work with it. So not everything's perfect all the time. So thank you, and have a wonderful day.